Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So today we'll be taking maps in week 6. After that, we'll solve the practice programming assignments of week 6. Okay. So you are already familiar with linked list, list set, queue, etc. Right? Okay. So these were already discussed in the collection framework. Under collection, we have list, set, and queue, and we have separate map over here. I'll quickly start with map. So map is very similar to the dictionary that we have seen in Python. So where we will store data in key value pairs. Okay. So we have different implementation just like in list and others, hash map, tree map, and a linked hash map. The specialty of this is in hash map we won't be able to know the order. It doesn't follow any order. Linked hash map follows insertion order, and in tree map you will get in sorted order. So that is the specialty of these three implementation. What we can do is I'll take one example on how we create a map and add elements into the map. So here we have to import the package, util package, and then we can use the correct concrete class or the map itself, and you have to specify the data type of key and value. So here I am using integer for key and value as a string. This is the name of the map, creating a proper object of the map, a hash map. Now, the methods that we have to add elements into the map, to remove elements, so we have to go through that as well. So put is the method to add elements into the map. Just like add method in array list and linked list, we have put method to add elements into map. Okay, and look at this. You specify the key, you add the key here, and this is the value. That is order, key, value. So map dot put 1 and apple. 1 will go into the key of the map, and this apple will be the value. So we have added 3 elements, 3 key value pairs, finally printing the map over here. So if you see here, what we got is 1 equal to cherry and 2 equal to banana. And we have added 3 elements, and here the key we have repeated. So key should be unique. So what happened? We had 1 apple, 2 banana, again 1 cherry. So this first one got overridden by this 1 cherry. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that is adding to map.
Definition, what did you say, ma'am? For hash map?
Okay, definition in the sense it's one of the concrete class of map and it doesn't follow any order. So here though we see, yeah, here also we can't see the order, right? So insertion order means if it follows insertion order, it should be 2 banana and then 1 cherry. But what we got is 1 cherry and 2 banana. It won't be in any order. Order is unpredictable. Okay, because it will be using some hash table and those things. So whenever you see this term hash, just think it of like the elements that we insert is going to be scattered, like it is not in contagious manner. Okay, so we can't predict the order. It will be in some order. Clear?
Ma'am, what
Okay,
is
ma'am.
Sorry.
ma'am, what is map?
Map is just like dictionary. It's a collection and where we can store key value pairs.
Okay.
Yeah. You're familiar with dictionary, right? That's why I took that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. And remember, key should be unique, otherwise it will be overwritten.
The final key will be the I mean the final key will be the printed.
Yeah, right. So other methods, we have get method. Using get method, map dot get of, you can pass the key. So key is 1, so we will get the value associated with that key. Okay. So is empty, etc. So the collection, important one, remove. So you can specify the element, then it will remove the specified element from the map. You can get the size using the size method. Contains is just like in operator in Python, where you can check whether an element that we pass here is present in the map or not. Clear will remove all the elements of the map. So you can see the methods that we have there, and also the important part is how to iterate through a map. Okay, not this, sorry. Okay, there are two ways by which we can iterate over the map. One is using the iterator itself, and the other one a for each loop, the enhanced for loop. Have you tried anything on that? So I'll just first introduce the iterator one. Okay, so how do we create iterator for map? Yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. So we have some methods like key set. So what is this key set? Key set will return a set view of the keys contained in this map, which means it's basically like you will get a set that will contain all the keys of that particular map. Okay, so for this we have keys 1 and 2, right? So if you call key set on this map, you will get 1 and 2. So it's just a view. The underlying part is the original map itself. And also we have values. So where is it? Yeah. So this one, values. So values method is, it is going to return a collection of all the values that is present in the map. So we have key set to get the keys together, values to get all the values in that particular map. And if you want both key and value, we have something called as entry set, this method. So using entry set, you will get key value pairs, but it's in a different format. So we actually get in the form of set of map.entry objects. So each map.entry, this is a special object. You can think it of like a special object where each map.entry objects will be key value pair. So you see this return type set of map.entry, and we have KNV. KNV is key and value. So it's a different format. And what we can do is, after we get this particular set of map.entry objects, we can iterate through each of the map.entry objects. So remember, each map.entry object is a key value pair of our map. Is that clear? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll see how we can iterate through it. So we have to create the iterator. So iterator. And what we usually do when we have to create an iterator, we'll specify the data type of for what we are creating the iterator, right? So now each of the elements is actually a map dot entry, And here you have to give this type. It will be integer. Once I complete this, you will understand. Just stay with me. String. So map.entry, and each object is of type, the key value pair, we have integer and string. And from where we are getting this, entry set will give this. So I will name the iterator something it. So we have our map. So map.entry set will give me that set which contain all the map.entry objects. Okay. And on top of that, I'm going to call the iterator method. So what will happen? We'll get an iterator object. We can think it of like this iterator is going to point to each of the key value pairs in the entry set that is corresponding to this map. Okay, so in simple terms, this iterator is used to loop through each of the element of this map. Element in the sense key value pair, okay? And each element is actually a map.entry object that we got using the entry set method. Is the breaking down fine? Is that okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
many are there and very silent. Okay. So we have iterator over here. And now what we have, after we get iterator, what we can use to iterate through the map? Using the next method and has next method, right? So we'll just use a while loop. Here the syntax is a little difficult to understand, but it's fine only. Once you understand each part, it will be fine, okay? While it dot has next, which means it is checking whether next element is present in the set that we have here or not. Now we have to get each key value pair, right? And each key value pair is of this type. So I'm going to create a separate variable for that so that we won't get confused. Name it as sum-e. So to get the element, to get the key value pair, I have to use next method. Correct? Now I got one key value pair in this e. Now, if you see map.entry, we have these methods like getKey and getValue. So using getKey, you can return the key corresponding to this entry. And using getValue, you will get the value associated with that particular entry. Now we have the entry over here. One entry is one key value pair. I am going to access e dot. If I want key, I'll call e dot get key. So I got 1 and 2 here. And if I want value, then I can call e dot get value. So we got key and value here. So this is how you can iterate through each of the elements of a map using iterator. Is that clear?
Ma'am, can you explain again iterator part? I didn't understand.
Yeah. So first thing you have to understand is what is an entry set returning. So entry set is a method in map that is going to return a set of key value pairs, which is called as entry. So I'll just write over here. In simple terms, entry set is a set of entries, and each entry is a key value pair. That part is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So next thing is, each entry is of type this one. This is the data type map dot entry, and whatever the key value type that we have, that should be here. So map dot entry of the type of elements that we have stored in map, the type of key value pair that we have in your map. So that should be the data type of entry. So that is what I specified here when I have to create the iterator. Map dot entry and the data type of key, data type of value. Is that okay? This part?
Yeah, I can understand. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now once we get the set of entries, now we are calling the iterator on top of that. Just like whenever we have a list, we call list dot iterator, right? Same thing. So we are calling iterator on that particular set, so that we'll get an iterator object, that is it, which will point to that particular entry set. Now it will point to key value pair on each iteration. So now we have it object. Next, using the has next method and next method, we can loop through or iterate through each of the key value pair in the entry set, basically our map. Okay.
Yeah, got it, ma'am.
So next thing is this get key and get value. So as we are dealing with a map, so iterator will point to the key value pair, right? We have key value pair. So we have to get the key and value separately. For that, if you want key value separately, you can use the get key method and get value method that is offered by map.entry interface. So using the get key, for an entry, you can get the key, and using the get value, you can get the value associated with that entry. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now,
Ma'am, is hash map is like ordered with respect to its key values?
no, hash map is not ordered. Hash map doesn't follow any order.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ma'am, we don't have any like for or anything iterate for this thing, right? We have to use a separate iterator each time.
No. We can use for loop as well. I'm showing that, okay?
Okay.
So we can use enhanced for loop, and when you use enhanced for loop, now what we can do is we can use the entry set again.
And we
So
can
the
use a
type
traditional for loop also, right?
traditional for loop,
Like using the indexing method, I is equals to 0 and I is lesser than b.
indexing we don't have, right? We don't have indexing. These are keys, so this will be different. So now it is integer, it can be string, it can be custom objects, etc.
Because
We
ma'am,
have
this is because dictionaries are immutable. That's all, right?
No.
Sorry. Map, like immutable
Map
only.
is not immutable, it's mutable only. We can change, we can add, we can remove.
But we can't like use I like for looping.
No, because we don't have indexing, we are using keys.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
So like the first key value pair can be thought of as the first index, right?
We
The
can't
first
say
key
this is
value pair, yeah. Each key value pair can be thought of as a the value of one index.
but the thing is
No,
hash map, this order won't be what I can say, reserved. So we can't say this is the index, this correspond to the index. Maybe we can relate it with that. instead of index we have keys.
So we have
Let's
to use the advanced for loop only. We cannot use the traditional for loop. That is what you mean.
right.
Okay.
So even when we use traditional for loop, we have to, let's take this data type and all, we have to be very careful. Here again I will use entry set. Okay, so I can name some entry, right? I'll keep E. For each, what does it mean? We have to specify the data type and then the variable name, and in what I have to loop through. In what I have to loop through? In our map. Yeah. How will I get it? Using this entry set. I'll get a proper format. Yeah. Now I have the entry in E. Same thing. Inside we can do the same thing. Okay. So this is how you can use for loop to iterate through the elements in map. So these are the easiest way. I think it's better to stick with iterator so you won't face any issues while you remove also using iterator. Now,
Ma'am, could you please read this for loop? How do you read this for loop?
so you can read it like, for each map.entry object E in the map.entry set, the set of entries that is returned by map, print key of entry and value of entry.
Got it, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So that is it. The only part you have to remember about map is how to iterate through the elements of the map and learn all these two methods. Okay, and iterator, don't forget, this is very important. So you're clear with the different types, right? In tree map, what will happen? Let me change this to tree map.
Ma'am, for tree map, you told that is sorted.
Yeah, I'll add 3 and here 5. So you'll get sorted in on top of keys. Okay, so 2 banana, 3 cherry, 5 apple. You can also do custom sorting by changing the compare to method.
Ma'am, even if you leave the key value pair as it was, like 1 apple, 2 banana, and 1 cherry, then the output will come as 1 apple, 1 cherry, and 2 banana, I guess. In case of tree map.
Yes. So it is, I mean, the same insertion order, right? So I just mixed it up. And what else? Linked hash map, right? If you look
what will it give if it's 1 cherry?
one, sorry,
In tree map, if it's 1 apple, 2 banana, and 1 cherry, what will it give?
then
1 apple, 1 cherry, and 2 banana, I guess.
No. What she meant is 1 apple, 2 banana, and 1 cherry, like this.
Yes,
And then it will be 1 cherry and 2 banana. That will be the order of keys. I'll just print it.
So
One cherry, two banana.
So what in the case if we want to get all the keys and all the values that were given as input? For example, one apple, two banana, and one cherry, and we want to get all the three inputs that we had given to the program. Is there anything that through which we can get all the outputs?
So
Here
you
we are.
can
Yeah.
yeah, you may override the equals method and hash code and all. If you change, you would get.
Because here we are only getting 1 is equals to cherry, 2 equals to banana.
Huh.
What suppose if we want to get 1 equals to apple, 2 equals to banana, and 1 equals to cherry? All the three we want to get the output. There is no
That is
map
not
which can provide.
but actually the key should be unique. That is the underlying principle
Okay,
of
okay.
math.
The key is overriding the original, the earlier key.
Yeah. So I was talking about linked hash map, right? So in linked hash map, I'll just so you see 8 apple we have added in this order, 8 apple, 2 banana, 7 cherry, and output is in the same order. So linked hash map follows insertion order. How we inserted the key value pairs. Clear? Clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And map is very, very, very important for OPT exam, okay?
Yeah, in one of the OP practice also there is one question.
Huh. So learn the PPAs and the extra questions that we have in that folder. So let's see the PPA. Complete the Java code below that takes a map object as input and removes key value pairs from the object that satisfy the defined property. The program should accept 6 key value pairs and add those to a map object. Each key is the name of a student and is of type string, whereas the corresponding value is the attendance of the student and is of type double. Assume that the student names are not repeated. For each key value pair, if the value satisfies the condition given in the property method, then the detained method should remove the key value pair from the map object. So according to the property method, we will remove the key value pair from the map object. After making all the updates, the detained method should invoke the display method to print the names and the attendance of students who have not been removed from the map object. So others will remain in the map, right? So that we will print using the display method in the format shown in the public test cases. So in the code part, what we have? We have class remove student that has a property method that takes a value, and if value is less than 65, it will return true, and if value is less greater, then it will return false. Basically, value is what marks attendance, right? So if the attendance is less than 65, we'll remove that student from the map according to the problem statement that we have. So detained method is what we have to implement. Here is the display method that we will invoke after removing the objects from the map. So here it will print the OBJ, the map objects directly. Then here we have main method in class test, creating a tree map, and then scanner object, We have a for loop running from 0 to 5, and it will read name and attendance from the user, and then it will put that as key value pair into this map. Once we have map that contains key value pairs, student name and attendance, okay, then we are going to create an object of remove student obj, and then obj.detained map. We are calling the detained method by passing this map from remove student. Okay, so we will have the map with us. Now here, what we have to do?
Create an iterator on
Create an iterator for,
map,
okay,
no object.
so iterator of what type? Map.
String and double. Oh, map.entry.
Yeah, map.entry of string and order is string and double. What happened? Double. Yeah, and we can name something. So closed, not closed. Okay, it equal to, what we have is map is in this obj dot, don't confuse
Entry
this. Okay, yeah, actually this is our map. Entry set, then iterator. Okay, now we have our iterator. Now we can use a while loop. While it dot has next. What we have to do? We have to use this property method, right?
So get the like value from the entry set and invoke the property method.
Correct. So I'll get the entry over here. How to get the entry? It dot next. Once I get the entry, then I can use conditional. I have to call the property function over the attendance. Attendance is the second part, like the value part. So e dot get key or get value. It is get value. So we'll get the attendance part, and we don't have to do anything. So this property will return true or false after checking the value is less than 65 or not. Okay, so if it is returning true, then what we have to do? Do we have a method to remove? So using the iterator remove method, you can remove that particular key value pair from the map. If this is for while,
We don't have to pass emem.
no, we don't have to pass.
Remove.
No.
Okay.
So it will point to that particular key value pair, right? So if you point to key, it's together, right? So it will remove it. Now we have to call the display method after this while. we have obj, same obj. So display method is going to take that obj and print that particular obj. So in this question, we have done only one thing, just iterating over the elements of the map and removing it. Okay, just one thing is, instead of putting this property, this particular condition here, we have a separate method property. We just use that method on the value of each entry and then removing it. Is that clear? Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next one.
Ma'am, it's a 13th line. Can you say? On 13th line.
13th line. This one. Okay. So the question is, what we have to do is we have key value pairs of name of the student and then attendance. Okay. Attendance is the second value in our map. And what we have to do is, if the attendance is less than 65, we have to remove it. Now, here we have a different method property that will take a value, and if value is less than 65, this method is going to return as a true. Okay. And here what we are doing is, we will get key value pair, student name and attendance, and the attendance is the value. So using the get value method, we will access that value of that pair for any student, and we will compare, we'll call the property method on that value. So if it is some 70, then it will be like property of 70. Okay. Now property of 70 value will be 70 here, and we'll check value is less than 65. No. Then this method will return false, which means you don't have to remove that particular student who has attendance 70 from our OBJ map. Otherwise, if the value is less than 65, if it is 50, then property of 50 will return true. If it is true, if this part become true, then it will enter into if block and it will remove that entry, that key value pair from the map. So we will get students whose attendance greater than 65 inside the map in the output.
Okay.
Okay. Any other doubts?
Ma'am, is it generally a good practice to use double always instead of int? Generally,
That
not in this case. I am just asking generally.
understood. We can think like that, but yeah, mostly, yeah, this kind of values, everybody keep it as double. So, any other doubts?
Ma'am, can you tell what is line number 12 doing?
Line number 12. Okay. So here we are trying to access one entry at a time. One key value pair will be added into this E.
Okay,
So as it is
ma'am.
directly getting and doing all the things is difficult, right? You can do that as well. You can do, but still. Okay. Moving to next one. So complete the following program, which should work as a bank account validator and handle new account creation request as detailed below. The program should accept account opening request in the following format: number of savings account to be opened, account number and balance of each savings account, number of current accounts to be opened, account number, balance and overdraft limit of each current account. All the requests are forwarded to this method account processor, which in turn validates the request and prints the details according to the following criteria. So in account processor, what it will do, each valid account should have a unique account number. In case there are multiple account requests with the same account number, only the first request should be processed and the rest should be discarded. So hint is given, use the linked hash set collection, and you have to override the equals and hash code methods to achieve this feature. The methods equals and hash code are defined inside the object class. And now we have to override it to achieve this particular thing. Once all the duplicate account requests are filtered out and unique valid accounts are opened, the program should print the details of all valid accounts in descending order of balance in the format shown in the public test cases. So to get the valid accounts in descending order, then what you have to do, use the tree set collection and override the compare to method to achieve this feature. The method compare to is declared inside the comparable interface, which you will override in the which class account. So what we have to do, we have to override compare to method, equals method, hash code method in class account, and class account itself is an abstract class. And here we have savings account that inherits account class. Here you have to complete the definition of constructor. Here we have to override the toString method. Here we have current account, again it inherits account class. Give the definition for constructor, override the toString method. Next, you have to define the account processor method here. We'll do one by one.
Ma'am, here compare to equals and the hash code method overriding thing is they are inherited from the collection class.
The compare to actually comes from this comparable interface. Equals and hash code comes from object. Yeah.
Object or collection one? Object, right?
Equals
Object.
in object. Yeah.
Object. Sorry. Good.
Yeah. So look at the test case here. We have 3, 4 number of savings account, and we'll give the values, which is actually account number and balance. And then we have current account number, balance and overdraft limit. So here you see 111 2000. Here again we have repeated 111 5000. And in the output, what we have is, yeah, one more thing. Here we have current account with the account number 111. Okay, so total we have given 5 input, right? 5 account, and finally we have only 3 accounts. And if you look at which account is retained, we have this one, the first one, and then all are unique, 444 and then 222. Okay. And sorting, how should be done? Descending order of balance, right? So look at the balance here, 2000, 1200, 1000. So it is in descending order, bigger to small. So that is how sorting should be done. Okay. So
ma'am, here the 2 repeated accounts 111 they are like discarded, and the first one is retained.
Only the first one is retained.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the rule that we have. In case there are multiple account requests with the same account number, only the first request should be processed and the rest should be discarded. So linked hash set, it will take the elements in insertion order, right? So that is why the hint is given to use linked hash set. And also the next thing is we have to sort it. So we have to use tree set after that. So we'll connect all this while we implement here. Is the question clear?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Question is clear.
Oh, then I'll say this part. So in class account, we have string account number, balance. Here is the constructor. Override all this. So override compared to, like you have attended the previous session, right? So sir has discussed about the compare to method. Like this will help in sorting. So the comparable interface has compare to method, and if you see the definition compares, so it will take the current object and another object. So compares this object with a specified object for order. It returns a negative integer 0 or a positive integer as this object is less than or equal or greater than the specified object, which means if this is less than the other what we give here as O, then it will return a negative and accordingly the other integers. So basically this will give an ascending order. So if you want descending order, just reverse it. That's it. Okay. Now on what basis we have to compare while sorting? Based on balance, right? Sorry. So public, you see the what this particular signature. So the return type is integer, positive integer, negative integer, or 0 compared to, and what it takes, whatever the data type that we have. Comparable is a generic interface. We can keep it as obj, the other object, and so we have to compare the balance of two account objects in our case. So if this dot balance less than obj dot balance, as it is a single statement, you can just have a single line. Then I have reversed it, right? So if it is less than obj dot balance, I'll return 1. Else if here greater, I will return -1. So this will sort in which order? I did the opposite of
Ascending.
Yeah. No, this will be descending order, right?
No, the
So
second
here-
one, else if.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And finally, one more thing here is we'll not remove the duplicates here. So the one which is considered as equal will retain here, return 1 itself. So if we keep it as 0, then it will be completely removed after sorting. So on basis of, as we are sorting based on the balance, we have to remain 2 accounts with the same balance. Okay, we don't
Ma'am,
want
for
to remove.
equals to, you are writing the last else, right?
Yeah,
The
right.
last
Yeah.
else is for equal to. Can't we put it in the first if block only, if this dot balance is lesser than or equal to?
That is also fine only. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's equal, right? Redundant. Yeah, right. Just for understanding, I am keeping. When it is less than obj, then 1, greater, -1, equal, again 1, retain it. Now, sorting logic we have covered here. Next two things, equals and hash code. What is it for? To compare two account objects, right? So what is the signature of equals? Public Boolean.
Boolean, ma'am.
Yeah.
Equals.
And it takes
No parameter.
object.
No, sorry, object.
It takes another object.
It
Here
checks its instance and then.
or yeah, directly. I mean that is not good.
In this case, we can use. We know that it is an account object.
Right. Here it is safe only. I'll just typecast it to account and then return current object account number whether it is equal to what? Obj dot account number. Okay. So equals method we have overridden. Then we have hash code. So whenever you create an object, it will get a hash code, as we have already this hash code in class object. Now for this particular question, we have specified that it should compare the account number. So what we will do is we'll generate a hash code on top of the account number. Hash code doesn't have any input. So I will, account number is a string, right? So I'll convert into an integer using the parsing method coming from integer class. So this will be the hash code for each object of account. Okay. So we have overwritten all three methods.
What the hash code is doing, ma'am? I don't understand.
So hash code is basically used along with equals while we insert elements into the set, hash set, linked hash set, etc. So to compare whether two objects that we insert are equal or not. To remove the according. Yeah.
Always we have to use equal and hash code both the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hash code is the first check. It will check the hash code, and if hash code is different, now they are considered as a different objects. If when we insert two different objects, I mean already some objects will be there, and we are comparing it with the new object. And the second time when you insert an object, it is compared with the others hash code, and then if it is different, then it will check the equals method, how it is actually compared, the contents of the elements.
Okay, but for only for set or other data structure also?
So hash code and all is actually you can add for any classes.
No,
Any
but
class.
if we are using the vector, then vector does not have a hash code, right?
Vector would have implemented hash code comes on class object, right? So it will come for everyone. So every
Okay,
object that we create in Java will get a hash code.
okay, okay. Thank you.
So yeah, by default, returns a hash code value for the object. Yeah, mostly it is for those which use hash table, like hash map, linked hash map, etc.
Yes, for vector we don't have a hash table, right?
Right, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever you need to do something like this, you can just override the hash code and do accordingly.
So basically, ma'am, it is for comparison, right?
It is not comparison means it is comparison, right? Comparing two objects.
So it is taking the hash map, hash number of account number and converting into it to integer,
Integer, right? Yeah,
so that
because
we can like compare them with another
correct.
object.
Mm.
Okay.
It's like a unique ID for the object. Okay, now savings account. So we have this account number and balance in this class account, right? So what you can do, you can just call the super and pass account number and balance. Now you have to override the toString method.
Ma'am,
So
you
it's
missed
something.
the semicolon.
Right. So yeah, toString method you have to print it like this: savings account colon, then the account number, comma, balance, then the balance. What is the signature? String to string. Return what we have seen savings. I'll just copy it. So we have a colon over here plus account number itself, then
No, it's savings account. The string is savings account, right?
sorry, savings
The string part is saving account.
right. Even after copying I didn't see. So yeah, account number and then we have a
Space,
space
comma,
over there.
space, and then balance.
Then balance colon plus what is that? Balance. No, it's sorry. It should be our variable name is full balance. Account number correct only, right? Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes.
during the OP time, we have copy and paste thing is there, ma'am? Like how you copy and
Not
paste?
sure because I think it's allowed. Not
Allowed.
very sure.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to check.
Means like this only the template of how the OP look. Like how
Yeah.
We did not have that in PDSA data structures.
Then though it's disabled.
I think so.
Next here. We have account number, balance, and overdraft limit. So for account number and balance, what you can do? Just call the superclass constructor. And for overdraft limit, directly set it over here. Just current account, right? So you have to override the toString method of current account as well. Here it should be current account balance plus nothing. Okay, is that clear? This part? I think this should be fine. Fine, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then next important part is defining this method account processor. So let's see the question again. Prints the details according to following criteria. Each valid account should have unique account number. In case there are multiple account requests, only the first request has to be processed. For that, we'll use linked hash set. After removing the duplicate account request, then we have to use the tree set and print the details. Okay. So what we can do here? So what will be the signature first of all? So here account processor is called without creating an object of test4, which means anyway this is inside the same class. Public static void call the account processor method, and what it should take? ACC. What is ACC here? Array list of account, right? So this is the argument for some AC. Okay. So this is the argument for our account processor. It takes array list of some accounts. And now what we can do? What we can do? We can use linked hash map, right? We have array list with all the duplicate accounts. Now using linked hash map, we'll get in insertion order, right? Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, linked hash set. Did I say map? Sorry. So I'm creating set of. You can use same as well. I'll use some filter. So here what we have to use? New linked hash set. Hash set of account. So that is the data type of our array list of account. Now we will add this array list into this linked hash set. So how can you do that directly? You can directly pass it here, right? We have a constructor to take another collection and add into set. So you give AC over here. So now AC will be copied to filter. Correct? Any doubt? You are there, right? Okay. So next, what we have to do, once we get the proper set after removing the duplicates, now we want it to be in sorted order. So I'll create one more set, sorted set. Which set?
Tree, ma'am.
Tree set. Tree set of account. And what I have to pass over here?
Filter.
The filtered one.
Ma'am, can you explain this to answer? How it works?
So I'll just change the name. Maybe filter is a method. Anyway. So we have taken the array list of accounts, and what we want to do is we have to remove the duplicates. Okay. For that we are using set, especially linked hash set, because we want to retain according to the insertion order. Okay. So first we are taking the array list into a linked hash set. So this is filtered set. Now filtered set will contain after removing the duplicates. Okay. Now what we want is, next thing is we want to sort in descending order. So we have already implemented the compare to method. So for that we are creating a tree set. To this tree set, the tree set is created over the filtered set. Now into the sorted set we will get a set of account objects which is in sorted order of balance. Filtered, I'll write list simply just for understanding. Filtered list of account objects, and here sorted account objects. In which order? Descending order. Descending order. Clear? Is that okay?
Ma'am, here array list and set and yes, set. These are coming from which class, ma'am?
Here. So here, oh, I didn't take you through this, huh? So here we have created array list of account objects. So into this array list, we have added savings account and current accounts. So the input will go something like this. We take number of savings account, add the account number and the balance. Okay. Basically, these are for the account objects. Okay. So this array list will contain, this ACC will contain account objects according to this savings account or current account. So array list contains both savings account and current account objects. All these are in our array list. All these are objects of account. Okay.
So array list is custom like data structure. We are creating that thing.
The thing is, just like array list of string or integer, we can create array list of account, which simply means we are creating a list that will store account objects. When you make array list of integer, that is a list which will store integer, right? Same. When you create array list of account, Then this is a list where each element is an account object.
Understood, ma'am.
This greater than or equal to or less than or equal to brackets are used only when only to reference objects, right?
This is actually coming from the type. So generic. So
Generic,
array list
generic type.
is a generic class. So if you see the array list, see, this will be something like a generic class, like this class array list of some type E. So for E, we have given account in our example now,
Okay.
just like we give string, integer, etc.
Okay, ma'am. One.
So
This tree set always filters it in descending order. Is there any way to get it in ascending order?
normally it is in ascending order. Now what we have done is we have overridden the compare to method to make it in descending order.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. That too on top of balance. Okay. So we can do in any way, like however you want. So that is
So ma'am,
let's pass.
tree set is like a interface with a default implementation of compare object comparing, and then we are overriding that thing.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So tree set is a class, a generic class, just like this array list of E. It will be class tree set of
Yes,
some
ma'am.
E.
Yes, ma'am. It is a class.
Yeah. So okay. So once we have the array list of account objects, now using the linked hash set. So whenever we add any elements, as we have seen in set, only the unique elements will be preserved, right? And now what we want is we want only those elements from our array list of account, and that too in insertion order. If you are removing something, a duplicate, you shouldn't remove the first one. So we are using linked hash set as it preserves insertion order. So when you add one by one, so it will. So we have array list like this, array list of these elements, right? And when you give to linked hash set, so it takes this first, right? Because it follows insertion order. And when it see the second one, it won't be taken. So it will retain only the first one. That's why we are using linked hash set here.
Based on the account number, right? Ma'am?
Right. So where we have restricted that using the equals and hash code. Now, so once we get the sorted set in this particular variable sorted set, this object, what we can do now, the final thing is we just have to print it, right? We have already overdone the toString method. So what data type I should use here? We have both savings account and current account. So for each, what type in this sorted set, what should be the data type of
Account.
account? Yeah. For each account A in our sorted set, we will print that. Okay. So we have done all. Yeah. Let's see. Something is there. Okay, fine. Clear, right?
Ma'am, I can't understand how like the hash map and equals is internally working with the list of.
Internal working, you can avoid it. Like, just think it like a magic method. So, whenever you have to compare, like while insertion, you have to just make changes in the equals and hash code. Okay. So that's how it will understand on what basis I should remove the duplicates. So only those account objects whose account number is same, you are going to remove it when you use a set.
And when the ordering thing 1 minus 1 and 1.
Here too, just remember this thing. Just remember the ascending order part. Just reverse it whenever it required. So that also you don't have to remember. You just go to what compare to, and here you see the definition of compare to. Look at this. This definition using this will sort in natural order, which is ascending order. Whenever you want the opposite, descending order, just reverse this. The current object, this object, and the other object that we pass. Okay, it will return negative integer.
Hello,
when
ma'am.
Return the object. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you show me the override to the string method of class savings account?
Here.
Okay, just pause a little.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Scroll up, ma'am. Yes. Or scroll up. More. Yes. Okay, ma'am. Comparable. Yes, fine.
Okay. Fine, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Due date was over, right, for week 6?
Yeah.
Then there should be solution also. They have given the solution, right?
Is it? Oh, yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah. Thank you.
So in practice also, oh, this is set as December 31. Okay, I'll change it. I'll ask the team, okay? What about others?
For practice, they have given the December due date is December 31st, but for graded assignment, they have given due date was over, right?
Yeah, I think that's because if we change the deadline now, you are not able to see the portal, right? So earlier, students used to ask for this so that you guys can see the error. It's clear.
Hello, ma'am. In practice programming assignment 1, if you got
Okay.
in line number 17, it is a new technique to invoke the display method without in
Let's print it
main
here.
method.
Yeah, actually, just this question is structured in this manner. Like all these things are modularized. Display somewhere.
Because we used to invoke this function in main method by creating object, but it is a new technique to
Not in this technique. It's like This question asked us to do in this manner. That's why.
Okay.
So
Ma'am, what will be the difficulty level of OPP, like compared to practice assignment 1 or 2? Like 2 had so many functions to write.
okay, so you won't be getting a single question where you have to implement everything. It will be like maybe in one question you have to implement compare to equals, etc. The other question may have something like you have to give implementation for a static method. It's like two questions in one, that PPA2.
And can we expect one question from each week? Like we have to have 5 questions, no?
Haha, right. So week two, go through the copy constructor, that part, definition, constructor definition, etc. Week three, focus on runtime polymorphism, method overriding, those things. And all I think compared to equals, etc. comes in week three, right? That you can expect. Week four, focus on interface, abstract class, how you define an interface, how you add abstract methods. Week 5 generics. Okay, you can practice something over there also, because generics will be combined with the week 6 basically, the collection, right? So there also you use generics when you create array list of something. There you have to specify the data type and all. It's more like combination of more than 1 week. We can expect that kind of questions also. So week 6 map we have. Maybe some list manipulation as well. This will be the structure of questions.
Where can we find the old questions of OPP?
Basically, we don't publish OPP old questions, but still some of the questions are out. In that particular drive link that I have shared, you can see some questions.
Ma'am, can you share it again, please, over here?
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, similar level of questions will be there, like PYQs?
Yeah, yeah. The question format is same.
Does anyone got the exam link, or how they give us the that I am eligible for the OPP?
Anyone, students? I'm not
No,
sure
ma'am.
when it's communicated.
You will get notified in your email. Keep checking email.
Okay.
We have got the exam timing, no? In Looker, sorry. Looker app.
Exam is 9:30 morning, right? 9:30 to 11:30.
Yes, so whosoever is eligible must have got the mail.
Okay. Do you got the email from them, that Looker account?
I think so. I don't remember now, but I think so. Email or message, one of the things.
Okay. Okay. I will check.
Ma'am, two OPs are there, na ma'am? 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's like we need one pass. The average is considered or best of one, or both we need to attempt a mandatory alternate of option for OP1.
No, it's like if you pass OPP1, then it's optional to attend OPP2. I think there is a small component in T-score. Maybe it can increase your marks, total marks.
Means if we attend the OP2 also, even then we'll be getting more marks. irrespective of the what score we got.
Yeah, right. But to pass the entire course, you just have to pass one OPP, either OPP 1 or 2.
That OPP 2 will be like a gap will be there, or it will be, I think
Yeah.
it's not known.
It is after week 8, week
Week
9,
8.
I guess. Yeah,
Oh, this is up to week 6.
it's up to week 6.
Then 2 to 8, that one, man. OP2 will be like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have pasted a link in the chat, Looker Studio. Just log in there and you will be able to see your slots. It is available, I think. Also, earlier I said that it is not, I think, possible to copy, but I am not sure. I think it is possible. There are options right now. I am not sure. Which.
Ma'am, any more pointers to practice?
Same, like the practice questions that we have already in the portal. Please
Okay.
try to see the errors that comes in portal, okay? That is very important. Like when you go to exam, you will feel like, what is it? Read through the errors, just make mistakes by yourself and see what kind of error you are getting. Like the semicolon missing, even the smallest one also, just do it and see, okay? And learn how to use documentation, very, very important. You don't have to remember anything, just use documentation. Logic, you know already, right? And this extra questions that we have in the folder, you practice those. And tomorrow and Friday we will take OPP revision sessions, attend those as well. And I think Hia will also take some session on Thursday. Use all the resources, and Saturday morning also will be having session. Like all 4 days we'll be having session this week. Try to attend all of them. If not, just watch the recordings also, okay? So tomorrow I'll keep it at 6 to 8. Do you have any other session at that time?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. And we have released the mock questions in portal. Mock is a little bit difficult, I mean, compared to the original exam, but still practice it. And if you are finding difficulty, just watch previous live sessions on mock.
So you will be releasing more questions now. At this time, there are 4 questions in the OPP mock.
Haha, that only. All 4 only we have.
Okay.
And this time for Java, earlier it was 1.5 hours. Now we have increased to 2 hours. And number of questions will also increase. Like it will be 5 questions. You'll be getting 5 mandatory questions, out of which you have to solve 4 to score full marks. Okay. And you will also see a second part, challenging questions. And that you can try if you have time.
That will be in bonus.
Not very sure, but still you can attempt. Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
There is something called bonus in grading assignments. I think that is for that.
Okay, then you will get, yeah. Okay. Fine then. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.